Hey everybody, welcome to another video, and in today's video I'll be talking about Game 6 of the Toronto Blue Jays season against the Chicago White Sox, and Game 2 out of the 3-game series against the Chicago White Sox, where we throw up a 14 spot on the Chicago White Sox. Wow, what a night for offense for the Blue Jays. Every Blue Jay had an RBI in this game except for Solarte and Nagope. Those are the only two Blue Jays that didn't drive in a run. Grichuk picked up a sacrifice fly. Morales finally got off the schneid and finally picked up an RBI single in the 8th. Luke Maile, now that he's going to be playing, they said on the broadcast, I think they're going to play Russell Martin 2 games and then rest him for 1 and then 2, rest him for 1. So that means Maile's going to be playing every 3rd game. He picks up a 2 RBI double in the 8th inning as well. In that 8th inning, we throw up a 7 spot on the White Sox where their reliever, I can't remember his name, but that guy could not find the zone at all, and he couldn't get anybody out. He loaded up the bases, and the Blue Jays took full advantage from then on out, and they just tagged on run after run after run after run. Great job. Donaldson picks up his 2nd home run of the night. He was, I believe, 2 for 4 today with 3 RBI, so not a bad game for Donaldson. Ledmys Diaz had a really great game as well. He was 3 for 3 with 3 RBIs as well. Great game for Diaz. He also picked up a home run in this one as well. Unfortunately for Diaz, he does leave the game late with what they're saying is sore backness or a tight back. That's why Nagope had to come into the game late right around like the 7th inning he came in. For the pitching side, the bullpen just locked it down. J Happ only went 5 1/3. He picked up 9 strikeouts, which is pretty good. He did give up 2 home runs and 7 base hits. So the White Sox did tag him for 4 runs. Not a bad. He pitched well enough to keep us in the ball game, and he didn't hurt our chances of winning tonight, so he did his job. But I was very impressed with the bullpen. 4 2/3 innings, only 3 hits combined between Danny Barnes, Tyler Clippard, John Oxford, and Aaron Loop. What a great job. Oh my goodness. I'm telling you, this is the best bullpen we've had in years. Oh my god, I have no concerns early on in the season about the bullpen. I'm not afraid that we're going to just blow a lead. I know we were up like tremendously in this one. We were up by like 7 runs. But at some points, even when the bullpen did come into the game, we were still up by about 2. So we did have a comfortable lead where we could screw up a little bit and not be losing the game. So, but hey, the bullpen keeps building this up, having good outing after good outing after good outing. They're going to gain confidence, and they're just going to continue to pitch really well. So I've been very impressed with the bullpen so far this season through 6 games. Not bad. Yeah, this is a really good win for the Blue Jays. It's important to see that some guys are getting off the schneid. Like I said, Morales, he hasn't done anything at all really so far in the beginning of the season. So it was really nice to see him pick up an RBI. I know Grichuk came up with the bases loaded in the 8th, and he just missed a grand slam in the bottom of the 8th. I believe he hit it right up to about the warning track. He just got under it. Otherwise, this game would have been busted wide open. It ended up happening anyways. And for Maile, again, if Maile can continue going, I mean, he had a good spring right at the end of the spring training. Maile was starting to rack up some runs and starting to drive in a lot of runs as well. So it's good to see that he's been carrying that into the beginning of the season. How long will it keep up for? We don't really know. But again, I can't say enough. Fantastic job by the bullpen to pitch more than 4 innings of work and to only give up 3 hits. That's not bad. I'll take that every single game this year for the Blue Jays if they can continue to pitch like that. For the White Sox, good effort, but this is the point in your rotation. This is what your number 4 starter. Tomorrow's going to be your 5th starter going up against Aaron Sanchez. This is where they're going to lose quite a bit of games. Their back half of their rotation isn't really that great. I know they have James Shields as their number 1 pitcher, and he's pretty good. But their 3, 4, and 5 starters, they're not getting it. They're not getting it done. Not the greatest pitching performance either by the White Sox bullpen. I mean, that their one reliever, I think it was Encarte or something. He gave up like 7 runs in 1 inning. He was the guy that got tagged for all those runs in the bottom of the 8th. That wasn't really. That's a little concerning if you're a White Sox fan. But you guys are rebuilding. I wouldn't worry too much. Before you know it, Michael Kopech will be in your rotation, and he looks like a legit number 1. It'll only be a matter of time before he gets called up. I'm pretty sure he'll probably get called up before the month of June. I'm going to bet on it. And then you guys will start winning a lot more games. But for the White Sox fans, you got to be. It's all about the future. This is not your year. I do think you guys will finish way better than you will than you're gonna do last year. You're gonna improve on last year's record, but again, it's still all about developing. It takes time in baseball to rebuild. You got to stockpile young prospects and talent, but the bullpen to me for the Chicago White Sox still needs a lot of work. But again, for you guys, White Sox fans, it's just all about the future. Nothing to hang your heads at. The Blue Jays just slugged out a bunch of home runs tonight and just delivered when the White Sox gave them the opportunity to do that. So nothing you can do. Hopefully you guys can pick up the win tomorrow, and hope for Blue Jays fans, hopefully we can pick up the sweep, and that would be our first sweep of the year. Hopefully Aaron Sanchez has a better outing. I liked his first outing, but he kind of ran out of gas around the 80 pitch mark. Hopefully he doesn't do that again this time, and hopefully he pitches really well tomorrow in the series finale. After this series, I believe we start a 3-game series with the Texas Rangers, and then following them we're in Baltimore, and then we're in Cleveland. So we're on a 9-game road trip after this game tomorrow night. So hopefully we get the sweep, get out of town with being 2 games above 500 and looking nice and pretty, heading into a 9-game road trip, which again will see us against Texas, who's not supposed to be a pretty good team this year. Baltimore, they're supposed to be a bottom feeder team. I think for Baltimore, the distraction of will Manny Machado be traded this year? Will he resign? I think that's going to be a big distraction for them this year, which is gonna lower their overall wins this year. They're not going to be a good team, and honestly, Baltimore might have the worst rotation in all of baseball. I'm not even joking. Their rotation is pretty bad. And then we're in tough against Cleveland the following weekend. So that'll be a good series in Cleveland. That'll prove Cleveland will be another really good test for this team. The split against the 4-game series against the Yankees was a good one. Good way to start off the year. Because I was looking at the series before the season started, and I was thinking, man, if we'd be lucky to win one. And I was happy with the split. So we'll see what happens. But I thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow night when we discuss the series finale. So again, thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you all later.